Hey everyone, welcome! Okay, we're diving right into a super exciting explainer today. We're actually opening up the pages of a totally classic story. We're talking a massive adventure here, guys. Rainstorms, rushing rivers, a daring rescue, and a hero who's probably right around your age. It is the story of brave Aruni, and I am so pumped to share it with you all. So, get cozy, put your listening ears on, and let's get ready for an amazing tale of responsibility.
But wait, before we jump in, let me ask you guys something. Have you ever had to do something really brave to help out your friends? Or maybe your family? Just think about it for a second. Maybe you had to stand up for someone. Or I don't know, maybe you had to help clean up a gigantic, scary mess, even when you really didn't want to. Because being brave doesn't always mean fighting dragons, right? Sometimes it just means doing what needs to be done when things get a little tough. Just keep that in the back of your mind as we meet our hero.
So, long ago, there lived this really great, wise teacher named Guru Domya, and he lived in a place called a Gurukul. Now, what's super cool about a Gurukul is that it was kind of like a school, but way out in the middle of a beautiful, peaceful forest. The students there didn't just learn from books. They actually lived with their guru and helped out with all the daily chores. It was basically like one big, happy family all working together. And one of his absolute best, most dedicated students was a boy named Aruni. You would usually find him and the others just sitting peacefully under the trees, listening closely to the guru. Well, one bright, sunny day, Guru Domya had a very special task. In his booming but super kind voice, he called out, "Aruni, go to the forest and bring some firewood." You see, in a Gurukul, everyone literally has to pitch in to keep the place running. They absolutely needed firewood to cook their meals and keep warm at night. It was a really important job, and the guru knew exactly who he could trust with it. And just like a superhero ready for action, Aruni answers right away with this bright, eager voice, "Yes, Guruji." He doesn't complain, he doesn't drag his feet, he just grabs his cloth and heads straight out. I mean, that is a kid who is seriously ready to help. So Aruni heads deep into the forest, and he works really hard, picking up all these heavy branches and sticks. Finally, with a nice, sturdy bundle tucked under his arm, he smiles and says to himself, "I think I have enough wood now. I will go home." He finished his chore perfectly. It seems like it's just going to be a totally normal, easy day, right? Well, hold on to your hats, because things are about to change fast. Suddenly, out of nowhere, the sky turns completely dark. Rumble, rumble, crash, whoosh. The rain just starts falling, and guys, I don't mean a little drizzle. It was a massive, pouring storm. Splish, splash, splat. The river right next to the Gurukul's farm fields started filling up with water really fast. This gentle little stream was turning into a wild, angry river.
Aruni looks over at the river, and total panic sets in. He sees the water rising dangerously high against the dirt walls of the riverbank. "Oh no!" Aruni shouts over the rain. "If the riverbank breaks, the water will flood the field. Our crops will be washed away." And guys, this is a huge deal. If those crops wash away, the guru and all the students won't have any food for the entire season. Aruni knows he has got to do something, and fast.
Okay, so here is Aruni's rapid-fire plan. Step 1, run straight to the edge of the rushing river. Step 2, find the exact gap where the water is breaking through the dirt bank. Step 3, fix it. He just starts scooping up mud and heavy branches to block the hole. He is working as fast as his hands can possibly move, fighting against the freezing rain.
But man, nature is strong. Aruni is pushing the mud into the gap, but whoosh, the river water is just way too fast. It washes the mud right out of his hands. "This is not working," Aruni cries out, totally frustrated. "The water will come into the field. All our crops will be spoiled." So his first plan is completely failed, and the water is just pouring through.
Now, while Aruni is out there freezing cold, standing in a literal raging storm trying to fight a river all by himself, things are looking very different back at the Gurukul. Evening has fallen, and the other students are sitting nicely inside, safe and dry. But Guru Domya is pacing. He's looking around the room. Something just doesn't feel right. The guru looks right at the empty spot where Aruni usually sits. His voice is totally filled with concern as he asks the rest of the class, "Where is Aruni?" The other students look at each other, starting to get worried too. They all answer together, "He went to collect firewood. We have not seen him, sir." Which means he has been missing since the morning.
The guru's eyes just go wide with shock. "That was in the morning," he says, looking deeply worried. "It is raining so hard. What if he is hurt?" And he doesn't wait another second. He instantly springs into action. "Come with me," he commands 5 of his eldest, strongest students. "We will look for Aruni." And boom, they head straight out into the dangerous storm.
So, let's recap real quick. We have a massive storm, a missing kid, a frantic rescue party, and a farm that is about to be destroyed. Which brings us to a huge, dramatic question. How will Aruni save the farm? The mud didn't work, the branches didn't work. What can one kid actually do against a whole river? So, the guru and his students are literally running through the dark, wet forest, calling out Aruni's name. They reach the edge of the farm and rush right up to the riverbank. And suddenly, they stop dead in their tracks. They gasp. They finally spot him through the pouring rain.
One of the students points and shouts out in total amazement, "Aruni! Here he is! He is using his body to stop the river from flooding the field." Yeah, you heard that right. Because the mud kept washing away, brave Aruni literally laid himself down across the freezing gap in the dirt wall. He basically became a human plug to stop the water. He was willing to stay out there in the freezing rain just to save the food for everyone else. Now that is bravery.
Guru Domya's heart just melts. He rushes down to the muddy water and scoops up the wet, freezing boy. You can just hear the immense relief and pride in his voice. "Oh, my poor, brave boy. Boys, work together and mend the bank. I will take Aruni home." And guys, this is exactly where teamwork saves the day. The older boys immediately jump in to help. "Don't worry, Guruji, together we will fix it," they tell him. And because there are 5 of them, they can easily pack enough heavy mud and rocks to permanently fix the gap that Aruni so bravely held together all by himself. This finally allows the guru to carry a shivering Aruni safely back home. Whew! Okay, let's all let out a big sigh of relief. They make it back to the Gurukul. It's warm, it's super cozy, and Aruni is wrapped up tight in a big blanket, recovering from his freezing adventure. He is safe and sound, surrounded by his friends and his loving teacher. Guru Domya sits right beside him, smiling down with absolute pride. He tells him, "I am so proud of you, Aruni. What you did today was very brave. Well done." And honestly, it is the ultimate praise. Aruni's quick thinking and incredible courage quite literally saved their entire food supply for the year. But get this, look at Aruni's response. He doesn't brag. He doesn't say, "Yeah, I know, I'm the coolest kid in the forest." Instead, with total humbleness, he just smiles and says, "I only did my duty, Guruji." He didn't do it for a trophy or for praise. He did it simply because it was the right thing to do to help his community.
And this, everyone, brings us to the absolute biggest takeaway from our entire explainer today. The core lesson boils down to a very powerful phrase: be responsible. Being responsible means doing what needs to be done and taking care of your duties, even when it's super hard, even when it's raining, just like Aruni did for the farm. He took full ownership of a massive problem and saw it all the way through.
So, as we wrap up this incredible story of brave Aruni, I want to leave you guys with one big question to think about. What is a responsible choice you can make today to help out? You know, you probably won't have to use your own body to stop a rushing river, but maybe you can help fold the laundry, or finish your homework without being asked, or just help a friend who is struggling. You can totally be a hero in your own daily life just by taking responsibility. Thanks for exploring this amazing story with me today. Keep being brave, keep being responsible, and I'll catch you next time.